Something that always made sense to me is that the less I need, the more freedom I have. So I'm talking about expenses and buying stuff that you think will impress someone you don't know, who doesn't care, and you don't really care. It's the misperception of what's important to you, because the more you get stuck in buying stuff and increasing your expenses, the more money you need to earn. Even if you take on debt, you have to pay that off at some point, unless you declare bankruptcy, of course, but let's just assume that more expenses lead to you needing to earn more money. So it always made sense to me that the fewer expenses I had, the more freedom I had to do what I enjoyed doing, because I wasn't under such pressure to earn money. Instead of constantly trying to squeeze every last dollar or euro from my readers, clients, my audience, I could just focus on what I actually can do to help you. And I don't have to maximize profit to do that. Now, obviously, it's fun to build a business and to make money, but there's a difference between making a profit and prioritizing making a profit. Because when you have a business, you need to prioritize the people, you. Because otherwise, you can feel it. You can feel it when a company is all about making a profit and they put that profit above serving you, helping you, the customer, watcher, reader, whatever it is. So, to be free, if you don't have any expenses, you don't have to earn any money, which means you can do what you want. So it's not about sitting home on the couch doing nothing. To me, freedom is about being able to do what I want, when I want, to follow what resonates with me, to follow my excitement, and to do something I truly enjoy doing. Because if I don't need to earn money, I can choose what opportunities I say yes to. I don't have to say yes to something just because I need to earn money to pay for my expenses or my lifestyle. So it comes down to really seeing what you actually need in your life and what's important. Why are you buying those branded sneakers or that expensive phone when you already have a functioning phone? Are you doing it to impress others? Why? Why do you want others to think you are something? It's about looking at the assumptions beneath the spending to see that there's insecurity there and you can face that insecurity head on. So you can feel what's going on in your body. If you feel insecure and you don't feel good enough, then face that head on instead of trying to buy things to fill that hole, because it doesn't work. Eventually you'll have to realize that you have to face what's inside of you instead of trying to buy your way out of the seeming problem or obstacle. So freedom to me is about minimizing expenses. And what that leads to is you forge your own path in life. When you aren't beholden to someone else, when you don't need to pay so much for your lifestyle, you can start looking at what you actually want to do. Because so many people are stuck in jobs, maybe they earn six-figure salaries, but their lifestyle is more than that. So then they can't backtrack into a job they actually enjoy, because they'll earn less and they need the money to fund their lifestyle. So the simpler you live, the simpler your life becomes. But in order for you to do that, you have to look inside. You have to be willing to look at your fears, your insecurities, your assumptions. For example, if you're afraid of being homeless, not afraid of not being admired, not being the person you think you need to be loved, liked, to be successful. All these ideas you have about what's important, and to challenge them, because most often, at least in my life and in the lives of the people I've talked to, those things we think are important aren't. It's not so important to have things, to have new things, to impress people, because the people who are easily impressed by stuff may not be the people you want or need in your life. So it's something you can experiment with, to start really asking yourself, what do you actually need in your life? Look at the expenses you have, because there's often, you may have many expenses that you've forgotten and it's just become automatic. So instead of letting the expenses accrue each month, start thinking about what is truly needed. So eliminating all the expenses and then looking, what would you buy today, or what subscription would you buy if you didn't have it right now? Because the more you can eliminate those expenses, the more you can create a life of freedom, because you need less. And that means you can focus on what resonates with you. Because when you need less, you need to earn less, which means you have more time to enjoy life and to investigate what actually excites you. What are you on this planet to do? What's your purpose, if you want to put it that way? So it's really about looking at, like I mentioned, these misperceptions. Because it's so easy to not only have expenses be on automatic pilot, but to have you be on automatic pilot. What I mean by that is chasing admiration and the seeming security and likability through things, through stuff, buying a car you can't afford, and just doing that because you think it's going to lead to a life you want to live. But when you start looking at, okay, is this what I truly resonate with? Is it something I'm excited about deep down, or is it something I'm doing out of insecurity? So start looking at what you're actually doing and why. Ask yourself why you're doing the things you're doing, and then keep asking why, so you can go deeper and deeper. And it sounds like my voice needs a break, so I'll stop there. But keep asking why. Keep looking at your fears and your insecurities, and then instead of running away from them, face them fully, feel them. You don't have to analyze them. You don't have to run away from your fears or your feelings or whatever's going on in your body. Simply feel everything, whatever you're feeling. Anxiety, isolation, fear, stress, not having something, not being secure, not being liked. Just feel all of that, because on the other side of those fears is freedom. Because then you can start looking at the expenses you have and what's important. Is it important to you to have the latest phone? And for some people, they love that, and that's okay. That's a preference you can have. It's not about eliminating everything. It's simply about looking at what's truly important to you. What do you enjoy? Not what does society value, or what do people think you should have. Because this is about you living your life, your way, and forging your own path by feeling what feels magnetic to you. How do you want to live your life? And ask why you're doing all the things you're doing.